intent for us as a union or as a relation, whatever.
Anything.
You just don't have no intentions in life. Like, you just ain't shit right now.
You
like,
just stupid.
You just in the present. You just in the now. Like, you an in the now ass nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Irrelevant.
You can't think it's not worth your thought process because they shit there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's part of it.
I don't know, Jay, what you think? What you think ain't shit is?
Bitches who cheat ain't shit. That's my thing.
Wow.
Bitches who cheat. Anybody who cheat.
So then, all you're saying is there's women across the globe right now, because we're going to talk about statistics at that point. If you're going to say that, we got to talk about statistics. So statistics say, what, 50% of women? No, they say more than that. I think 80% of women, 80%. I know 80% of women ain't shit. That's 80%.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You know why I say that? I'm going to tell you why I say that. I say that because ultimately you lying. You breaking trust and you lying. And you don't have to do that. Like, if you want to fuck off, just fuck off, but tell them, listen, it's not working. I want to fuck off. Like, if that's how you feel, I feel like you always should be able to tell the truth. And when you're not telling the truth, you ain't shit.
Okay, but
what if
like,
you can't?
What you're talking about is something like through trial and error. How do you tell a bitch ain't shit on the first date? Like, what the fuck do you look for on the first date to say, you know what, this bitch ain't shit?
That's an offer to pay.
You
just talking about in general.
You don't find that type of shit out until like years later. You talking about okay. How you know a bitch ain't shit? Bear said it's from her wig. Bear said she got that ain't shit.
Nah, it's got to speak for the conversation.
Yeah.
But what do you look for in conversation though?
I guess it's got to be a good vibe. Just where it shouldn't be shouldn't be forced, shouldn't be tough. It just should be a good vibe.
Hello.
I mean, I'm talking first date shit.
Yeah, first date.
All right, cool.
How do you find that?
First date shit. Her shoes.
All right, I got you.
Talk about her shoes. It's just like what she wearing.
All right, I got you.
Her shoes are what she wearing.
Yo. Marvin said you didn't send him the link. He just called in. He needs the link to come in.
Oh, he trying to hop on. Okay, hold on.
Marvin said, you know what bitches ain't shit. He said, tag me.
I nigga say he know bitches ain't shit. Oh, God.
I know the bitches ain't shit.
Right, hold up.
Yo, man, let's start naming names. Fuck that.
I ain't naming nobody's name.
Nah, you got names. You got
I mean, what's the harm? If the bitch ain't shit anyway, who cares the fuck how she feeling, right?
I ain't naming nobody's name. God,
help save the good guy, L.
Nah.
Help save him. Save him from the ain't shit bitch.
Jay, what do you feel a woman, like, what do you, on the first date, what do you look for to say, okay, she's worth the second date, or nah, this bitch ain't shit, I'm a fucking, when Bear say he fucking bitches in the back and he leave it, help with the bill.
You gotta ask the bitch where they
put my bones in the fucking neck and I'm going.
Right now, what should I be asking?
Huh?
Who watching their kids? Where the fuck are your kids? Who watching your kids?
Her dad.
Huh?
Her dad.
They be saying that shit, but it really don't be.
That shit doesn't matter. That shit doesn't matter. Like, I don't understand why that matters. Who watches her kids? Because damn sure ain't you. And you don't even like kids, so I know you ain't babysitting no bitches' kids.
Cause it's like I don't know who would you leave your kids with? That shit matters to me.
But you're gonna ask? Would you ask that on the first date? I'm talking about a first date. The first date, you're gonna be like, "Damn, bitch, where your kids?" That's what you're gonna ask on the first date.
If it comes up that she has kids, yeah, I would ask that. Like, oh, where they at? Like, I would ask that shit. Who's watching your kids? I'm asking that, nigga. That shit matter to me.
Man.
What if she don't have kids?
Then it don't matter. Then it's something else.
But people say they don't date girls who got 2 or more. Somebody said that yesterday. Like, yo, I don't date girls that got 2 or more kids. I don't understand what the significance of that is. I mean, but whatever. And I think that's a lie because bitches be out here with multiple baby daddies. Niggas be lying. Y'all lie. They're not truthful on what y'all would date. Be real.
Of course they lying.
Everybody wears for the first date. Everybody tries to pretend like they're perfect on the first date. Nobody trying to come out like, yo, listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I got 3 baby mamas. 2 of them bitches is ratchet as shit. And waiting outside.
You wanna know some shit? Like my mom's, right? My mom's, she got married. And the nigga didn't know she had 8 kids. I was like, she's like, don't tell him how many. Married, my nigga. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, they just started popping up one by one, like, Mom.
Your mom's is Houdini. That's Harry.
Yeah, she is.
You saying, my nigga, bitches be hiding information for a minute. Like, how you get married and these niggas don't know you got 8 kids? And he's about to give you the 9th. Like, what the fuck?
Well, you gotta connect your audio.
Oh.
No, but if you marry somebody and then you find out they have 8 kids, like that's got to be a big argument, right? Like I told this from this whole time.
Argument ain't the word.
That's the ultimate catfish. That's the ultimate.
What else are you hiding from me at this point?
Then you know, like if she got child support and shit like that, that's not your responsibility and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that affects you.
That's wild.
That shit is cold. But there's dead ass women, and I know a lot of women who don't tell a guy or is upfront with the guy about the amount of kids that she has in fear that the guy is gonna basically judge her and not fuck with her. And y'all are proving it right. Y'all saying that, damn, bitch, you better not have X amount of kids. You basically like probing them to lie.
If I go on a first date and the girl says she has 8 kids, I'm probably find a way out of that one.
What my nigga said.
I ain't gonna do my mama like that.
If she got 8 kids, she don't need to be on no dates. All right.
Off.
She don't need to
that one.
What if it's 8 kids with one guy though?
Oh.
All right,
we all got
out of there.
For the most part.
I'm not fucking with nobody that got 8 kids for one guy. You crazy?
What if it's like the opposite?
That man will kill you.
Where that nigga at? He gonna kill everybody. Are you crazy?
Like Caesar said, what if it's the opposite? Like a guy has that amount of kids?
No.
You won't be crazy to fuck with a nigga with 8 kids?
I said, what if it's like the octo mom? She had 1 pregnancy and got 8 kids.
I'm not fucking with She famous. I'm not fucking with somebody famous with 8 kids. That's crazy. Where the fuck they came out of?
C-section.
I don't know. Who the fuck fucked her? I can't compete with nobody who can get no bitch.
But you know what? You so full of shit, Al. Because you know why? You a couple episodes back, you was like, if a bitch don't got 5 kids or more, she got her pussy trash. So you mean to tell me a bitch got 8? You got the actual pussy. You're not fucking. You lying, nigga.
That's not what I said. Time out. Time out. Oh God, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
You did.
What I said was.
You said good pussy come with EBT, nigga.
You can tell how good a bitch pussy is by how many times she been pregnant. So you can look at how many kids a bitch got to tell you how good the pussy is. That's what I said. This bitch out here who just been on birth control, or this bitches out here nowadays who just had a lot of abortions. But if you ain't never got pregnant,
my mom got that
the pussy trash.
Yeah, your mom's got that wop for real. That shit slipping.
I ain't gonna talk about my mom, my mother.
Please don't talk about my mother.
But
Please stop it.
Work. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, she's cool though.
That's a lot of trial and error.
You gotta be cool after all
but
of that.
Speaking of parents, right? Speaking of parents, does parental teaching affect dating today? Because one of the things the bear didn't like was when the girl said, her mom said, why you come home hungry and shit? And her mom basically told her that she got to be about the money.
Al, Caesar, you want to go first?
I agree that if you went out on a date and out for hours, 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and it's dinner time. Somebody should have applied. There should have been food at some point of that. Like if I have a daughter or a son, they came home and they're fucking hungry, it's like, oh, you didn't eat it all tonight. Like, why? Like, what happened? Like, didn't you go on a date? There's no food available this whole time. I wouldn't say you gotta be all about the money, but at least get a fucking burger from McDonald's or some shit. Like, eat.
But
have the money.
And be real though, because 3 of y'all got daughters, right? L, you got a daughter. J, you got a daughter. Bear, you got a daughter. Bear, you got a teenage ass daughter. She almost ready to date, nigga. So be honest. Would you not agree with the moms? Like, yo, you went out on a fucking date and you in my fridge hungry? Like, you really went out with a nigga who ain't feed you?
No. See, that part I said I agree with. That part is 100%. You gotta feed. You're gonna feed her. You're gonna feed her. I'm gonna make sure you eat. Like, we've been out all the time with whatever you're gonna eat. But the gold digging part, like just going after a nigga just for the bag, and it's being taught over and over via women who are probably just been hurt. Yeah. So you're pushing that hurt.
I don't know if she's saying she's only looking for the bag. I didn't hear her say that. So I can't judge that.
That's all she was talking about. It's basically
the original video?
Get the bag out of the without.
The name of the video is I'm gonna show you how to get money out of niggas. But it's not saying that that's all you looking for. It's just saying that's how you get money out of a nigga. So I don't know if that's what you're determining yet.
No,
but what do you think? Do you think that parental influence has an impact on your style of dating? Your style of dating right now?
I think so.
Yeah, I do, because watching how my mom and my aunt and how they move and what they do, you know what I mean? I expect that from the women that I date. You know what I mean? I was raised by strong black women. Like, my mother could build rooms and handle herself. She didn't need people or want people to open doors for her or none of that stuff. So she was strong. So when it comes to dating, for me, sometimes it's hard for me to be extra, sweet, because that's not what I've seen growing up. I mean, like, I've seen women that's like, nah, I got this. Nah, don't pump my gas. I'm going to pump my own gas. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm used to being around.
You bring up a good point, because there's a psychology out there that says a man attracts his mom. Whether his mom is shit or ain't shit, a man attracts his mom. So I think you bring up a great point. There's a lot of theology that supports that a man attracts their mom. Same.
But it goes both ways. They said that the woman is looking for their father.
That's terrible.
Or whoever raised them, a male figure that raised them. Because a male figure that raised them.
I keep getting with these bum ass niggas. I can never understand, like, how do bum ass niggas get pussy? But I get it. Like, if your daddy was a bum ass nigga, you would keep fucking bum ass niggas.
But now,
so what do you think? But like, okay, what do you think? What piece of advice did your parent or parental figure, whoever raised you, gave you that you use today in dating?
Wear a condom. No, my mother and father didn't really give me no advice when it came to dating or nothing like that, because they didn't really date. Like, I don't really ever recall them like saying, "Oh, I'm about to go out on a date," or "I went out on a date." Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't recall that shit. My parents was broke, and when you broke, you don't go on dates and shit. But and my parents weren't together, so like my pops lived separately, and like my pops would fuck bitches and shit, but he never would like go out on a date or nothing like that. He would just be like fucking them in the crib. And my mother was married for a good part of my life, and I don't ever recall her and him going out on dates. Like, they would have parties at the crib and shit like that. So I didn't learn how to date. I learned how to date trial and error. Like, what happened?
Your mom dates, though.
I don't know that. I know she fuck with niggas.
Now.
What happened? But I don't know. When I'm saying date, I'm thinking like, we're going out somewhere. Like, we go out. I don't recall my mother ever be like, "I'm going on a date, Al."
True.
She would just be like, yo, this is my new boyfriend. Oh, okay. I assume she went on a date to meet the nigga, but I don't know. She didn't tell me or nothing.
What about you, Caesar? That question.
Well, growing up, we didn't have much money either. So seeing how my parents loved each other through everything, like that was going on with them. My mom's had MS and stuff, and my dad stuck by her side through that. My mom loved my dad through it all. And like that showed me how strong a relationship can be, a marriage can be, and that's how I vision my marriage being, as far as the strength of the love. The only thing they ever really told me as far as relationships go is just be happy. Just make sure whoever you're with, you're happy. That's it. Like nothing more, nothing less. It wasn't anything crazy. It's just be happy. Be happy with who you're with.
All right. What about you, Jay?
Advice.
I will tell you one thing. Hold on. I don't want to cut you off, Jay. You was taking a long wow. But one thing my mother did tell me is if a woman doesn't ask you if you ate that day, if she doesn't ask you if you've eaten, she don't really care about you. So if you dating somebody, when they start asking you, yo, did you eat today? That's when you know, all right, she's starting to take me seriously. If they just always asking you all this other bullshit, they don't really care about you yet. You know what I'm saying? That was the only thing my mother taught.
So what about you, Jay?
Nah, I ain't getting no advice really. Like, it was just like I had to learn as I go. So like my mom, cause one thing about my mom, she was like, she don't like to give people advice, and then they follow it, and then they be mad at her. She was like, she just let you learn as you go, and then discuss it after it's over. So like, that's how she got down.
Okay. See, for me, it was very different. I wasn't raised by my mom and my dad, but I was raised by my grandparents. And for some reason, my grandfather, he talked about it often. Like it came down to, let me see, I wrote it down. He told me, you know what's so crazy? As a girl, the bulk of my dating advice came from my grandfather. My grandma, the only thing she said when I went to college, she said, don't be no hoe. That was her only advice in my 32 years, was don't be no hoe.
Yo.
That's the only thing she gave me. But my grandfather, he was like, listen, he was like, yo, you got to brush your teeth. He's like, guys like girls with a pretty smile, like a white smile. He's like, nobody will see that shit. You gotta brush your teeth. He's like, also, he would be like, you gotta learn how to cook. He would make sure, he's like, yo, go in the kitchen. I couldn't just sit out like and watch TV. He's like, yo, go in the kitchen. You gotta learn how to cook. A guy wants a girl that knows how to cook. And then he'll be like, they sent me to charm school. I went to charm school. I know how to cross my. And I will tell you, on one of our first dates, I would eat a burger with a fucking fork and a knife. So when it comes to dating, like I was trained on how to date. I'm pretty good at this shit. But a lot of it came through school and it came through my grandfather. The only thing, and once I started having boyfriends, I couldn't ask for money. Like, allowance, because I used to get allowance. But once I started dating, they be like, don't you got my grandfather, like, yo, don't you got a boyfriend? Don't you got a boyfriend? So those are the things that I learned, but like how the girl was like, her mom came home like, yo, you didn't just go on a date? I learned the same shit. Like, don't you have a boyfriend? Don't ask me for no fucking money. You don't get no allowance. You got a nigga. Yeah, I said that. And it taught me that I should be able to communicate finances with the person that I'm considering or I'm titling in my life as being special. Why not? Why am I not talking to you? Like, because if the goal is marriage, like Bear said, the head of my home will now be a guy or the guy that I'm potentially dating. And if I need something, I should be able to come to you first.
I have a question.
Why you stopped my video?
You fell asleep.
I'm not asleep, bro, at all. I'm just high as shit. I listen to every fucking thing. So turn it back on, bruh.
So you said your grandma told you not to be a hoe at everything.
That was literally like the first day I moved on campus of college.
Now, do you think it's beneficial sometimes, or like everyone should go through a hoe stage in life? Like even if it's just for a few months, where you're just testing out the water.
No, I don't think that it was beneficial in life. For one, I think yes, because I don't give it up easy. It's very hard. It's very difficult for a guy to say that he's slept me. I don't give it up easy. I'm not a hoe at all. Like
Not
even if you feel like it hurts and shit, it's a lot. So no, I will say that. But it takes a very long time to sleep with me. Very long time. So I will say that came from her advice. But I don't think that it was the most beneficial for me dating, because it just really got me nowhere. It's very vague. Like what is a hoe? Some people like that changes.
Everybody in general. Do you think everyone should have like a hoe phase in their life? Like but there's fucking around with different girls. Like a guy could fuck around with a bunch of different girls at one time when they're younger. Or a girl could go to college and fuck a bunch of different dudes and whatever, just to get that shit out of the system.
I think for a guy, is it not when you see a girl? Because I would think like, what would I want a guy to say? Would I want a guy to tell his homies, yo, he had me? Or like, nah, she cool. Like, it's a different level of respect. I think you would agree, like, for a girl that you smashed already, and the way you introduce her and look at her in the future, when you behind the scenes, like when she can't hear you, like the shit niggas say about me when they can't hear me, I'll be thinking about that.
Okay.
Nah. What he's saying is pretty much that everybody. Do you feel that everybody should have their whole phase? Like as a guy.
Yeah, that wasn't
like ATR. I got it.
I think that I think that's personal to everybody. I don't think that is necessary for everybody. For some people, it might be necessary. It's something within them that they got to get out of them. And then there's other people that they just may not have that in them, so they don't have to get it out. And what they're looking for,
your royal oats.
Right?
I think everybody has their whole phase, man. I think that they should, because, like Cindy said, you got to sow your royal oats, man. You got to get it out. As much as you think that it's not in there, it's just like with the good girl going bad. You know what I'm saying? Once she get introduced to that type of shit, she gone forever.
Exactly. Because it works. It works. It must work. If they go forever, it must work.
Is there a limitation to how long the whole phase can be?
No. It could just be like 2 months. It could be 3 years or whatever. I'm just saying, like.
Okay, I'm all right. You know.
Jay probably still in his whole phase.
Yeah, some people have it for a lifetime, you know?
Yeah, but you know what I'm going to say?
I think a whole phase is difficult to define, because a whole phase to me would be you just fucking around, you not looking for nothing. Yeah. And I think women, we always looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, always. God damn.
You run around catching.
Don't call me a hoe because I'm shopping, nigga. I'm looking for something.
I think
I'm just, buying shit to buy it. That's a hoe.
I think women be catching demons. You get all kind of spirits and demons in that pussy.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I cannot.
But also to dial back, to get back to your question, Sin, I learned the game pretty much from the streets, a little bit from my mother. My pop was what women would consider the man whore, the nigga just out there busting nuts and then eating everything, you know. But as far as my mom just explained to me, don't ever need. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, you don't need a woman pretty much for nothing. Like, you could cook for yourself. You could clean for yourself. You could get your own. You know what I'm saying? That's what she taught me.
Do you think that could have possibly affected you negatively? Like, because that could build up a level of, I think, independence, right, on either end, whether it's a male or female, could easily build up a level of arrogance. And to me, when you have independence and arrogance, you have no room for a partner, because you're not dependent. Like, what are they there for?
Well, my thing is, you better bring something to the motherfucking table.
But even though you say bring something to the table, you also want to feel needed, right? You don't want to be like, damn, this bitch don't need me for nothing. She don't say good morning. She don't need me to say good morning or nothing. Like, there's certain things you want her to need you for, no? You don't want to feel needed. You don't want to feel like the king of the castle.
Don't be that fucking macho, Bear. There's no way you could be that macho.
It's not about being macho.
Bear has the biggest fucking ego ever. So you mean to tell me the bitch don't gotta stroke your ego at all? She don't need you for shit.
Nah, I mean.
Let me tell you what I mean.
For the viewers. Bear's the type of nigga that will get mad if a girl cuts the grass. So I know you are the type of nigga that needs to be needed.
Well, you know me personally. I ain't get mad that she cut the motherfucking grass. I just had, damn it, I was gonna do it, but you did it anyway. I don't need Bear to cut the grass. You needed to be needed is my fucking point, even when it came to the fucking grass. So what I'm saying is there could be a level of arrogance where I don't need you to do shit, and when you push your partner out. There's no room for another person to be with anything in your life because you got it all. I get what you're saying. And then, I mean, yeah, but...
Okay, I want to see you know what?
I put it this way. I wouldn't say I need them really to stroke my ego, because if I'm an arrogant asshole, pretty much my ego is already being fed via me. But I will want them to stroke my ego. That way, say, I would want to be needed.
Because if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, does it really fucking fall?
I'm gonna
so
keep
even
it
if you're feeding your ego, nobody acknowledges it. Does it really exist, my nigga? Like, come on.
I want to be needed. Like, if I feel like my woman don't need me for something, then what the fuck what am I around for? Like, I need you to need me for something. Like, for instance, it could be the simplest thing, right? At night, right? Getting in the fucking bed. My wife needs my heat off my body in order to get comfortable enough to go to sleep. Like, just that small little need. It doesn't have to be the biggest fucking thing, right? But also, I do like to make more money or equal money to my wife. I don't know how I would be able to respond if my wife was making more money than me. Like, I do feel like, to a certain extent, it would be an ego. Like, I gotta hustle hard. I gotta make more money. There's no, like, it would be like a competition to a certain extent to me. And maybe that's just my male ego, but
aren't you?
Be needed.
You're not supposed to be in competition with your spouse, correct? You're not supposed.
Not in competition. My ego is.
But a little healthy competition.
I ain't gonna deny and say my ego don't exist. My ego at some point gonna be like, nigga, you gotta make more money. Like, if I'm making 100,000 and my wife making 500,000, I can't be comfortable. Like, shit, I'm making 100. Nah, I gotta at least be doing that 5, right?
Yeah, I guess you gotta match it. You gotta match the energy.
That goes back to your original thing before with the levels. Like, if someone's homeless, they're not going to be dating somebody who's making $100,000 a year. They might date another homeless.
Very rare. Is that? I think it's more so rare because of the social aspect. You're not in the same social group.
Yeah, so if you're making $1 million and someone else is making, and your man's is making 100,000, that's a big difference.
Listen,
it's gonna be hard to keep that relationship in a way. Like, it's
you pay me enough, I could get into any motherfucking social group. I can fit right the fuck in. Pay me enough. Trust me, I'll put a tux on. I can feel whatever the fuck.
Okay, when I say social group, my nigga, there's people like, for instance, Serena Williams, right? You love that bitch. The reason why you can't date her because you're not around her. You're not in her social circle, my nigga. That's what I'm talking about. In order for you to date somebody, you got to be within range.
True.
Okay.
True.
That's all I'm saying.
True.
I can sit outside the tennis center where she playing and say, hey, Serena, she still ain't going to stop for me, nigga, because I'm homeless.
Nah, but like I said, that's dial it back now, though. Let's get back to that chick in that video. It's one thing that she said that sticks out like the very sore fucking thumb, right?
Yeah.
It's one thing that no woman, I haven't met one yet, especially a motherfucking woman of melanin, okay? I'm talking directly to black women.
Uh-oh.
I haven't met one that was obedient. Like that right there. Obedience.
That shit. Well, what is obedience?
Yeah, hell no.
Why do you need obedience?
But this is what I'm saying. Y'all said she was talking motherfucking facts. So if she was talking facts, she said that women must be obedient.
I think what she was trying to say and what she kind of didn't say right is men have a need to be needed. So, for instance, there are things that I would know automatically, but if a guy felt like he was putting me on, just let the nigga put you on. Versus saying I already knew that kind of nigga, like duh, motherfucker. Just let the nigga put you on, cause nigga, I think that's what she was kind of more so. Not so much that do what I tell you, but it's like. A guy goes, I discovered this restaurant. I really want to take you. Don't be like, oh yeah, I've been there 6 times. Like, oh okay, I knew. I'm surprised, ho. Really? I never heard of it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
That type of shit.
Nah. So
I don't know, like what
obedient.
All right, so let me ask you this, Ben, because I struggle with that word sometimes. Because I want my woman to be obedient, but I don't want her to be a fucking puppy. So when you say obedient, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Well, to me, personally, I think it is more so of, listen to your man, let your man lead. Let him be the man. A lot of women they want to play the role of the man, and then
If you date a
That
woman
goes
who
back to
doesn't
what
have an
your parents
opinion,
taught
you date
you.
a bird head. It's a bird bitch. If a woman goes with everything you say, let me tell you something, I don't want a friend like that. Nobody want no yes man that has strength. So I don't want no partner like that.
I personally love that my fiance has a mind of her own. Like legit, it's not anything I say that it's back and forth.
Facts.
Talk about stuff.
I'm the same way, see. Yeah.
The best, literally, this is one of the best traits that she has is that most people, when I talk to them, I could get my point across, and I will win that argument. She makes such good points back to me that I'm just like, wow, you're right. Like that, I respect that. Like she gives me a different insight that a lot of times I don't get from anybody else. So I want to get that feedback where it's like, oh shit, I didn't even think of it that way.
Facts.
I agree. I think that's important in conversation. I think wanting to actually have a conversation is important, but I think a guy who wants a woman to be obedient to him obviously doesn't have any depth to his own self, so there is no conversation to be had. Therefore, there is no fucking need for her to have her own fucking brain.
Nah, hell no. Hell no. She brain.
How about you, Jay? You need an obedient girl? Or what is obedience to you?
Nah, I mean someone that just, I think obedience is, to me, in a relationship, when it comes to a female, like someone that stays with the plan, like that listens to the vision, that, sees what's going on and stay the course, not just, come up with her own ideas and, make a turn, make a left when y'all was going right, you know what I mean? Like, someone that communicates, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's something like if you say jump and you say how high, I don't think that's what obedience is. I think that just someone that stays the course of what you guys are doing and loyalty. It's similar to loyalty to me.
Now,
and I think I agree with you. Like that, when you're a part of a relationship, there got to be like a team aspect. Otherwise, it's going to be very chaotic. Like we're supposed to be doing this and you doing that. Like that's chaotic. Nobody wants that. I think Dan wants to bark like a dog. Hop on one foot.
No. Do that. No. That is not what I want. Now, would I like my woman to be submissive? I'll use that word. Sure. I want her to be submissive at times. Like, I don't want to fucking, who wants to, if I, as a man who wants a relationship with
what's so crazy? Knowing the type of guy you are, you need one of the roughest bitches out there to handle you, my nigga. I think you need an Amazon bitch that could kind of yank you the fuck up in the air and be like, listen, nigga.
He needs another bitch. He needs another bitch that nickname is Bear.
That's what the fuck you need.
I'm good with being.
Very
I can compromise. I can compromise. I'm good at compromise.
I can compromise.
But
No.
she has to be somewhat submissive. Like, to me, I want somebody that's somewhat submissive. I don't want to be in a relationship with another guy, pretty much. Like, if I want to hang, huh?
But here's my thing, right? That's got to be your strong suit. You understand what I'm saying? I always say you can't be unequally yoked in anything. So if you're going to be the leader, if you're going to be the brains to the operation, then make sure you're the smartest person in the relationship. Don't try to date a woman that's smarter than you and think that you're going to lead her, because you're not. She's smarter than you. You should probably let her make some more decisions. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it just depends on what your strong suit is. You know what I mean? If your woman is smarter than you or equally as smart, then you should let her make some of those decisions also. But if you're smarter than her, then yeah, you should definitely make the decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but like you said, though, eventually, of course, my thing is, in certain aspects, I am going to be smarter. In certain aspects, she might be equally smart, just like you said. But the thing is, if I let you lead, which is now me taking that step back, you have to actually be able to accomplish, or like you said, be obedient to stay the course. If that's the course that you're setting, then of course I'm gonna ride that way. But you can't choose this course and then go like, oh wait, that island looks better than the island that I'm trying to get to, so fuck it, we just gonna slap at this island. No, like, now you throwing me off course because I'm expecting that island.
I just bad communication.
They said that
if you get a course like that,
said the same thing.
Yeah, if you get a course like that, that means you just didn't talk about the change of plans.
That's
As long as if I trust somebody's opinion, if I trust my fiance's opinion on something, and then we're gonna do something, and she goes, oh, you know what, this is better, and she explains this to me why it's better, okay, that's fine. If she just does it without telling me, that's a problem. You can't change the course of plans with a discussion first.
See, my thing is, I have, honestly, and y'all too, y'all know, indecisive, very. So of course, I have to take lead.
What was that?
What do you think? But okay, so on a date, right? On the first date, because one of the things she mentioned is the conversation that women are having the wrong conversations on a date. On the first date, what type of conversation are you looking for? And what is the worst thing a person could say on the first date, conversation-wise?
I'll tell you what the worst is. The worst is to talk about your ex.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's the worst.
Like politics also. Like, unless it's the same politics that I follow, don't be talking about you love
with Trump. A MAGA hat on, I'm fucking you up, bitch.
I don't want to hear about you saying like everything, Trump's the greatest, this and that, and then it's just like, all right, this ain't going anywhere.
Well, is that not important? Because in today's temperature, politics are very important when you're dealing with a person. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you protester and you into protesting, and this woman is not, she has no idea on the current events and things like that. Like, do you really want to date that type of girl?
No, it's important.
Not on the first date.
But that's like, yeah, it's not good.
On the first date, you pushing it. Like, I'm just trying to remember your name on the first date. Like, fuck, I want to talk to you about fucking politics or religion.
Oh, it's so crazy. Some people try to squeeze it in. Like, if I'm a cheap guy, I'm trying to squeeze it all in on this one fucking date. It's $140, bitch. I need to know if you're worth the next. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, like, in a date, the same questions I gotta ask is if you deserve this $40 or you deserve another date or not. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an investment. So if I'm thinking, like, I only got a couple, you know what I'm saying? Each paycheck, I can't be dating 10 bitches. I can't do 10 dates a week. So I need to know if you bitch or not. Especially when you're over 30, I think that the questions just be more intense. Like, let's skip the bullshit, huh? Like,
that's a fact. I mean, after a certain age, you got to skip through the bullshit. Like, all right, listen, what exactly are you looking for? Are you looking for marriage, or are you just looking to fuck? That's
I already said he asking a bitch who watching your kids. Who watching your kids?
I think it's a fair question, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think privacy is expensive. I think privacy is expensive when you're trying to get to know a person. I really think that you should have a top 5 question list, and you should get that out on the first date. Otherwise,
top 5 question list is wild.
Yeah, this is top 5.
You have that already? Can we hear it? What the hell?
I mean,
it's expensive, no? Or like sometimes, like if a bitch, if I feel like okay, because a girl, she gonna buy whatever she wants. I need to know, like, do you deserve this steak or not? Bitch, like, no, wait. She don't want the steak. She want this. That's what the fuck she want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not important.
Nah, the only thing that's on the date, I'll be honest with you. The only thing that's important at that point is what are my chances of fucking?
And from a, but see,
depends on why you're going on the date in the first place. If it's someone you're looking for a real relationship with, like, you talk to them a few times before the date, and you're like, all right, we might make this.
Either way, I need to know if I can fuck.
Oh, you need to be.
Because, like, for me, it's like a transaction at that point. It's like, I'm spending this, I'm going to get something.
You need to know if you're fucking at night, or you mean like a maybe date 2 or 3 or 4.
That night. I got
that night because
it's not happening that night, but it might happen in a week or 2 from now.
Nah, I got to
depending on what she orders, determine if he dropping his nuts down on her night that night. She ordered some cheap shit, she a cheap bitch, and he's about to do some cheap shit now. You thinking about that?
Nah, that us fucking has to happen that night. I'm sorry, because now everything must. If we gonna say we putting everything on the motherfucking table, that pussy got to come on the table too. Because goddamn it. Is it going to be worth me even wanting to smash again? Am I going to want to smash again? Is the pussy good enough for me to come again?
So you don't think there's any benefit for a girl making a dude wait?
Nah.
Wait. Time out. Yes.
You say you ain't think like a man.
I personally...
Time out.
I think there is. As long as you know...
Caesar, let me explain something to you. I think there is a benefit to the women making the man wait. I didn't say that the man has to smash, but he has to think that he can smash.
Okay.
That's the part about being naughty and nice at the same time. I gotta be feeling, my dick gotta be talking at this point like, yo, you might go fuck this. Yeah, spend that extra money. You understand what I'm saying? If I think with my brain, I ain't spending shit. Yeah.
Going into the date.
That determines if this is a 2-course or a 3-course meal.
Nah,
right.
You're saying there's like going into the end of the night, you're thinking there's a chance this is gonna happen. So it's worth. It's okay. Yeah. All right.
Nah, I'm letting it be known early. Goddamn it! I ain't got time to play these goddamn.
What she orders, does that determine? Because the girl said you gotta know what to order, which I agree with. If I was to tell my daughter, like, wherever you go, always look at the menu. You got to pregame that menu so you know exactly what the fuck to buy. You know how to look at the reviews, etc. I always tell you, pregame the menu. You should know where you're going and what you're going to order.
Times are hard.
Does that determine when she get there?
My thing is, I am going to go off conversation. Like, if she sparks my interest with some of the shit that she say, and then, you know what I'm saying, I find her attractive and I think I could hit, that's the difference between a filet mignon or a $10 T-bone. God damn it.
With celery and carrots only.
Yeah.
So you ordering for her there or not? Because they're out there. You the type of nigga to order for her. I'm just going to put it out there. You ordering for her, aren't you?
Damn, what you gotta call me the caveman? Like, I'm just punching them in the back of the head. Huh? I'm the caveman.
I know, man. Like, I got this. I got this, sis. Don't worry about it. She want.
No. All right. You want full-fledged honesty? Let's get it.
Oh shit!
I'm cheap than a motherfucker. That's one. I am. Goddamn. I don't give a fuck with my money. I don't got a lot of it, so I got a penny pinch at every which way I can. If I got a coupon for fucking Famous Dave's barbecue, goddamn it, it's gonna be used that night.
You can use coupons on the first date.
Huh?
You can use coupons on the first date.
Listen, she don't know. You got to wrap that bitch up in the motherfucking and the money, and then slide it on in there like, hey, go ahead.
It's called being resourceful.
Huh?
It's called being resourceful.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going for I am cheap.
I ain't doing that.
Why?
Being smart. That's all it is.
It's just my
He
ego.
got a plan. He got a plan. If he's slipping it in the money, if she don't know about it, he got a plan. He slipped it in the money. It might work.
I won. I still got the pussy at the end of the night. I basically only paid for my meal. So fuck it. I won in the end.
No, but sometimes on a first date, you just got to do something small, like let's meet at Starbucks, because you don't know sometimes if they're worth a full date.
Yeah, like how about the box? Like,
So what's the half date?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
See, I respect that, but I think that that's a different type of date.
But even if it's Starbucks, I'm telling you, if it's Starbucks, she's taking something home. If my daughter goes on a Starbucks date, she better know to get the $7 meal and she getting 2 of them because she wants something home. She's not gonna be cheap at fucking Starbucks. She wants a treat. She wants the main course. She wants a good drink.
I go to the Starbucks. There's no food at the Starbucks I go to. It's just coffee only.
Nah, I feel like if you go to I don't know, man. Starbucks.
I'm joking.
I like you go to Starbucks like friends and shit. Like I take my friend to Starbucks.
Listen, you can't go. Listen, people go to jail in Starbucks. I'm not fucking with no Starbucks first date. Get the fuck out of here.
So, but question. All right, but now that throws up a good question, Sid.
No,
That throws up a great question.
To Starbucks.
So where exactly should the first date be? You heard me, Sin? That brings up a great question. Where exactly should the first date be?
Shouldn't be at the movies. I think that's the worst first date ever.
Terrible first date.
I think the movies is a terrible, like, you're just staring at the screen. You're not getting, I mean, it's cheap if you got the membership, so I feel you. But it could be a pregame, though. I think the movies might be a pregame date. Like, you're going somewhere after. Like, you want to kind of fill her out or some shit. Like, all right, she's worth the next date. What do you think?
Movie's the worst. What is the best or the worst first date?
Now, where would you take somebody? Like, where do you take them for the first date?
Go to like a spot that's a happy hour, or dinner. That's the most normal spot. I never did the Starbucks.
Friend zone shit. No, that a happy hour from a female perspective. If a guy takes you to happy hour, that's friend zone, bitch.
That's
absolutely
not
friend zone.
That's
right after work. Yo, I'll meet you right after work. Let's go to this happy hour. Get some cheap drinks and some appetizers for a good price.
Oh.
Come on.
That's
It's gonna take you longer to get the pussy that way.
No, it's not.
You're not getting a pussy to third date then.
No, it's not.
But there's also levels.
It's levels to what you dating and who you looking for, I guess.
Yeah. Like if we already talked for a while, we talked on the phone. I might have. Depends what it is, but if it's I hit you up on Plenty of Fish the day before and the next day you want to hang out, it's not gonna be elaborate, crazy ass thing. If we spoke for a few weeks,
that nigga, he's dropping jewels.
He new age, that's that new age dating. These niggas got apps and shit they dating off of. I ain't never had to do that.
Beyonce, man, Plenty of Fish.
Word?
Yeah.
I'm not classy.
Yeah, we're like Plenty of Fish's #1 couple on their.
I have to download that app right now. Goddamn.
No, I'm not. I'll keep it. I like to holler at mine. It's just like she said. I'm a bear. I like to go hunting for mine.
That nigga
still on the
block like Shorty.
Facts. I'm up the block. Yo, mom, come here, baby.
Hey, yo, Shorty in the red.
Yo, you got the fat ass from here, baby. Come here. Come down the block. On your body.
Like that shit low key. Low key is like, girl, he's a fucking idiot. I think I like that shit low key.
Yo, I know you like that shit low key.
I like that shit. It brings out the animal nature in a woman.
Yo, babe, you remember Greek Fest on Nassau Road, right? Of course. Yo, when I met Sid, I'm gonna tell you what she told me. This is Sid at 15 years old. What she told me. She said, one day I just want to wear a thong and get on the back of one of those motorcycles and go up the road.
Hey.
That was her aspirations in life.
Greek fest moments.
Hashtag goals.
That's why I know these girls like that shit, because that is a hood chick's goal, is to be one of those bitches that niggas are all gawking at, going up the road, and they thought, and you're like, yo, you see that bitch? Yeah, fuck you, love.
It goes back to the point from before that everybody wants to be wanted.
Exactly. And at that point on that day on Green Fest, those were the bitches that niggas wanted. The ones on the fucking back of the motorcycle, shaking their ass, tuning up. Niggas love that shit. Okay? You don't have to give it up, but they love it. That was the start of the show.
It wasn't just the ones on the bikes. Niggas wanted the ones that was just walking around in the thongs too. Like, yo, come here, man.
The ones on the bikes, though?
You know who they didn't want there? They did not want the bitch that was selling fucking icicles and hot water. They didn't want the hustling hoe, because she was out there selling water and watermelon and shit. No, they want the bitch out there with the Daisy Dukes.
Fact.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a whole fact right there.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
What was I had something on that question too. What was the question?
Which one? We said about 3,000 questions and all in one.
I had an answer. I just can't remember the shit.
What, the interest? The conversation? What a conversation should be?
Or where do you take them on the first date?
Oh yeah, so yeah, I think it just depends on it depends on how you think of the woman off of where you met her or what you think will impress her ultimately. Because at the end of the day, as a man, you want to impress them. So it's what you think would impress them. You know
car dates, because I saw a meme that asked, because they be asking the dumbest shit, but they said, are car dates still in? Like, is this a thing? It had a bitch with a single rose in the car with some med not. Bitch, that's like friend zone. Does that still matter? Like, you know, our car dates it.
You want to know what, though?
No.
It's saying that I am going to have to combat on real quick.
Oh, man.
He got a Jeep, so this bitch got room.
I'm talking about the friend zone. Because you see, a lot of women like to say, yeah, I'm going to put homie in the friend zone. To all my fellas that's listening, listen up closely. I was in the friend zone with my wife. And notice that I'm saying my wife now. So it's possible to make it out the friend zone to get the bitch that you want.
It's possible to make it out. But I wonder if women know that. Do women know that though?
Only time a friend makes it out the friend zone is during a battle. Like, it must have been a wounded battle.
Yeah.
And now you come to lick the wounds, you come to gather the fucking spoils of the fucking war.
You
know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what the niggas be waiting for.
She was wounded. If a bitch take you out the friend zone, she was fucking wounded when she took you out.
Oh, girl, someone broke your heart. Let me heal.
That's the same shit after 10 years later, bitch. You know what I'm saying? No, that's the same shit. After 10 few baby daddies and shit, all right, I'll give a nigga a chance. Absolutely not. You cannot make it out the friend zone. No.
I did. It's possible.
Dreams come true.
It's possible.
So
do you think that she, when she gave you a chance, was she like at an ultimate high in life, or a medium, or a low?
Medium to high, because she was doing her thing.
Okay. Did she tell you why she decided to take you out of the friend zone?
Yeah. And this is something that most men, especially the ones that are put in the friend zone, this is why Stephen Q. Urkel won in the end. Okay? It's a word called persistence. When you are persistent,
I felt like you were still in the hunt.
I was hunting like a motherfucker, goddamn.
Well, let me ask you a question. When a nigga get put in the friend zone, is that the ultimate goal, is to still conquer the shit? Is that just like a step that they just like, I'm stuck at this step until I can ultimately get to where I'm trying to get to, or how does that work?
Well, for me,
this pretty friend zone still got hope. That's what you're trying to say? There's hope there?
It's always hope. It's always hope. Just be persistent. You make
If you gotta do
like,
all
like
that, this is my thing with the friend zone. If you gotta do all that, you gotta wait 10 years, 10 months.
As
And
nasty.
you already showed you was your best when you first hit the bitch, right? Like when you first hit her up or first came to her or stepped to her, you felt like you was at your ultimate best. But clearly that wasn't fucking good enough. Your ass at the time, like your best at the time was not fucking good enough to be out of the friend zone at the time. What in her mind would say, okay, this is now good. If it wasn't good then, it's good now.
You want the truth?
You know what I'm saying? Because when you step to a bitch, you ultimately feel like you got it together. Like I got what the fuck it takes to holler at her. But you didn't have what the fuck it takes to holler at her. You came in the friend zone. What makes you think you got it now to holler at her? You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
want to know?
She ain't want you at your best. Like just, I think you should just chuck it up and be like, all right, like don't keep hope alive in the friend zone. Just move the fuck on. There's a lot of bitches that will love you at your fucking best. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you're going to waste time listening to bed, keeping hope alive in the fucking friend zone. Absolutely not.
It's about to drop the truth right here.
You want to know what got me out?
Yeah.
What's that?
My head and dick. Okay, that's what got me out at the end. Because honestly, it was just one night we was chilling. Because like before, like we could sleep in the same bed, nothing happened, whatever. We was chilling.
We was chilling, sound like alcohol was involved.
Whatever it takes to get to that point, right?
She don't drink, so alcohol wasn't involved.
Okay.
It would just happen. I think I just caught her. She was probably horny, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But maybe her nigga that she normally fuck with was out of the picture for a quick second.
Okay. Thank you. You caught out the time.
He wasn't answering his phone. So I'm the available dick. So pretty much.
That's the ultimate high then, my nigga. That's what I said.
Sticking around
Plan B.
That would mean she was not her ultimate high when she hollered at you.
No, I said she was like medium high. I said she was medium high.
Medium. I got you.
But once I ate her vagina, and once I gave her the back shots. Next thing you know,
this nigga giggled after he said the back shots.
That's what happened. That's what you talk about when girls catch demons and shit. That nigga left his whole demon day.
Like, this was funny because that's what I'm saying. Like to me, because like she was dead in my shit. Even after a while, you know what I'm saying, I was still fucking with bitches. I would introduce whatever. Like, yo, this is a little pop bitch, whatever, I'm fucking, whatever. But once I got her, once I actually hit it, next thing you know, I logged in onto Facebook real quick and it just pops up on my page that their ex is in a relationship.
Oh, wow. You pulled a smooth move on you.
I'm like, in a relationship? I called, I said, wait.
But you get a notification?
Yeah. I was
She didn't even wait for you to ask.
Man, she bagged you. You got wifed up, nigga.
Yeah.
Girl got wiped up. Girl, masculine ass got wiped up.
Yo, I got a question though. I got a question. So, how do a relationship starts nowadays? Like, you start dating, you have sex, or whatever you do. How do it become official? Is it a conversation that had to be said, or is just you have to be like,
it be a conversation.
It has to be a conversation, but like in my case, mine was just more so. She just did. She hit me with the Rasputia. I don't know if you ever seen that movie Norbit.
Got a girlfriend, but you did.
You got a girlfriend, Norbit? No, well you do now, nigga. Get up and hold my hand.
But see, I've been in a situation where I was dating a chick for like 2 years. And we never said that about a relationship. I didn't think I was in a relationship with her. You know what I mean? And
you can't talk to somebody for 2 years and I think you're in a relationship.
That's a good move, though. That's a good move.
2 years and I think you're in a relationship.
My question is...
Yo, we never had that.
What did she introduce you as?
I don't know. I don't remember. This is Jay. They say this is Jay.
You met her parents?
Yeah, my parents.
She met yours?
Yeah, but everybody be my parents.
And
Oh,
she
shit,
my
no.
like my man, my boyfriend. She never introduced you like that.
Nah,
You never introduced her like that.
I'm like,
But Jay,
this I just say my lady sometimes. You know what I mean?
Jay, before you got on that, like, started dating this girl, did you tell her you're not looking for a relationship before?
Yes, I did tell her that,
See?
and
That makes a little bit of a difference.
I did tell her that.
Hold
on.
It is some
And-
shit, but it does make a difference.
Hold on, I did tell her that, and I told her I was fucking with other bitches. So like,
Wait, y'all was living together? Y'all was living together?
No.
So what makes you think now that you was in a relationship with her?
No, she thought that, not me.
Oh, she just crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, and I was doing everything I was doing before. I was still fucking with other bitches. I was still doing what I was doing. I mean, we never had a conversation that it never came back to the table at all.
She ever been on the 14th floor?
And she thought that she's crazy because I can attest. Jay fucks a lot of bitches. I mean, fucks a lot. So she thought.
Oh, so he a hoe.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a hoe. I'm not a hoe. I'm a free spirit.
I'm not a hoe.
Nah, but hell no.
If you start out saying I'm not looking for a relationship, and then even if you go around for 2 to 3 years and you guys never make anything official, that's her problem. She's upset.
Right.
I disagree with you, Caesar, and this is why I disagree with you. Because if he said that he wasn't looking for a relationship, one, what was the point of the union or the actual relationship of talking with her, and why fucking 2 years? Like, you knew this bitch was stealing you, nigga.
Wait.
I got a kid you got
This makes a difference. Is he treating her like his girlfriend? That makes a difference too. If you're literally doing everything,
you know why that's
boyfriend would
tricky,
do?
Caesar? Because everybody has different expectations under a role. So maybe in her mind, he was everything a boyfriend could be. Even though he wasn't giving her the best, that's what she wanted in a boyfriend. So unless you have that, that's the point of having a conversation, because you could very well be giving a bitch everything she fucking want and not know it. Like, he was like, I didn't know I was in a relationship. In her mind, y'all was in a relationship. You giving me everything a boyfriend would fucking give me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's tricky there. He left it to her person. Like he left it up to her to think about it. Like 2 years, my nigga.
That's a long ass time, but I've seen it happen.
No, she didn't need my daughter. She didn't need my daughter.
I understand why the girl gets
no.
that.
Yeah, I mean, you can be upset, but all I'm saying is, like, communication. Don't just assume something. Have that conversation. And if we'd had that conversation, and I told her the same thing, like, yo, listen, I'm not right. That's not where I'm at right now.
But why continue a relationship knowing that was her goal, right? And this is why I gotta ask a lot of bitches that got these niggas in friend zones too. Knowing that a guy like Bear got hope, right? That he about to take it down. Why do you keep them as a fucking friend?
Because the
You know what I'm
pussy
saying? Like, if I know what you thinking, I'm fucking thinking, it ain't on that level like that, we're not friends. Because you're going to get it confused one way or another. You're going to get it fucked up. Like back then, how he said he was waiting and shit. Like, yo, I'm about to be, she knew that. No way Bear should have been in the friend zone and still an active ass friend.
Why they can't?
Absolutely not.
They can't just be cool with each other. Like, they can't have just.
Because the intent, he already said what his intent was. He said he wanted the cheek. You can't be a friend then.
Okay, yeah, that's a little different.
So for her, even though Jay said that he didn't want a relationship, clearly she wanted it. So that's what you get fucked up at.
True.
That's on her.
No, you got, but because you entertained the level, and I'm upset to you like a sister. The reason, because you entertained her, you have a level of responsibility on how she fucking feels.
She's a grown ass woman.
No, this is the point. It's a relationship. There's two.
No relationship. Did I just tell you we were together?
You're responsible for her thinking that way. You're responsible for
I disagree, Sen. I think in this one, you off. I think he's right in this one because all his communication towards her was that we are not in a relationship and that I'm not ready to be in one. They never had any conversation.
That's not what they talked about for 2 years. That's one conversation out of all the conversations they had.
Maybe you are assuming what they talked about for those 2 years. We can't assume that.
You didn't talk. You might have, how many times you told her that we not in a relationship? Twice?
We maybe like twice. Yeah, like maybe like twice, but we never had a conversation like after that. Like there was never no conversation after that. And I just went with what we agreed with. Like until you say something and you want something to be different, then things going to continue to be the same way. And I'm an adult. If I wanted it more, I would have expressed that. I know how to communicate. You know what I mean? I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to be out here on the streets hugging this chick and she for the streets. It's not going to happen.
This is my point, but this is my point. Why I feel you have a level of responsibility, because even though that was your intent, right? You left that conversation knowing she wanted a relationship. And there's no way that shit changed. Like she gonna settle? Nah,
so this is this is not listen, this is no relationship territory. So if you want to take the relationship, you gotta go over there. But if you stay over here, you're not gonna get a relationship. So you know that. So if you choose to stay here, you're not gonna get that. It's not nobody's fault but your own because you chose to stay here.
Why I think is difficult, because there are women who are with guys in a relationship for years, right? And they want to be married, right? And the guy said, I'm not fucking marrying me. But they together for years, and he know that woman wanted to be fucking married. Right? And some of these bitches get to the point where they fucking propose to the nigga. And it's like they get on their knee, like, can you fucking marry me? Like, he's not responsible for the way she feel, knowing that she want to be married, but I'm in a relationship with her, knowing I'm not going to give her what the fuck she want.
That's wrong.
Well, if you're
lying, if I can't give you what you're looking for, we can't be friends. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of person, I feel like I'm responsible for how you feel in this relationship because we a team, right? If it's a friendship or not, how you feel, if I hurt your feelings, I'm going to feel bad because I don't want to hurt your feelings. You my friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm responsible for that. It's a part of our relationship. So if I feel a person or a guy wants to be in a relationship with me and I'm not feeling that shit, if I continue that shit, I'm fucked up. But because I already know what it is. Even if he settles and be like, okay, I'm going to be like that, what person really is going to be happy if nobody?
If he spoke the shit up front, if he clearly stated, yo, we're not going to be in no relationship, this is not no relationship, or if the other guy stated, yo, listen, we could be together, but I promise you, I'm never getting married. Like, if y'all, for some reason, a guy...
You know what? That's the definition of niggas ain't shit.
Hell no, you can't say niggas ain't shit.
Because this woman, even though, like, I just, it's a level, like, you can't play ignorance is bliss type shit. Like, okay, well, she knew, so I didn't know that's how she was feeling. You guys like, that don't work in the court of the law. Oh, I didn't know we were robbing the bank. I was in the car. Nah, nigga.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. But you can't say the nigga ain't shit because he choosing not to be married or whatever. If he was upfront,
for her it would be, because for her she still has a level of hope. And for me, if you know I got hope, right, and you continue this relationship knowing I got hope, but you know you ain't gonna never take it there, that's fucked up. Sometimes I'm too weak to leave. You gotta leave me. You got what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
I'm gonna tell you, time out. Make you the top priorities from the jump. You shouldn't have to. If a guy's telling you, like, if I go, we start dating, you go, I'm like, yo, I'm not ready for a relationship. And 5 months pass, I'm still not ready. Like, why are you even, if you're looking for that, I'm not.
I don't think that women do stupid shit for love. You don't think that there's stupid bitches out there that all the time, even, I'm sure he was probably saying, like, I don't know why the fuck she's still single. I done told her I'm not in a relationship.
I see it all the time.
Right, you know she's stupid, right? But you still like, that bitch is stupid. Like, she's fucking stupid. She give me the shit. I ain't doing it.
From the outside, it's frustrating. It's like, yo, just fucking leave this person. Like, it's so obvious, but for them, it's tough. But
right,
it's because the dick is good. But I think
Dan said it's the back shots.
that's what it is.
And
that's also the reason that I say.
Right.
Time out. That's also two things I want to say. That's also the reason I say to Caesar
that
everybody shouldn't go through a whole phase because time out. I'm talking. So this nigga. So I say everybody can't go through a whole phase because there's a certain type of woman that if they go through this whole phase and they meet a certain type of nigga, they're gonna get stuck. You know what I'm saying? Because the dick is good, and women can't necessarily handle it when the dick is that fucking good. And then the other point that I was trying to make, back to Jay, what I was saying is, when you met the niggas, when you met her parents, right? You met her pops should have asked you, what are your intentions with my daughter? What are you to my daughter? So what is your response back to that? And that again should have been, like, as a father, you wouldn't go back to your daughter and say, oh, that nigga said y'all just friends. Like, y'all just fucking around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to say something to her father. He didn't ask you that?
Nah.
That's a bitch ass thing.
But women think different, because I've had that situation where I've asked a family member, like when I met their guy, whatever, and I'm like, oh, how long y'all been together? And she said one day, and that nigga said a whole different day. He was like, last week, yes, but she said like months prior. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we have to realize that people just think different. Like, in her mind, they were together 2 months before he was even ever looking at her. And I was just like, I just did that. Like,
she ain't got no daddy
though. With this one,
it's a reality for two people could be in a relationship and have total different perceptions on what that relationship is.
Nah, on this one, I definitely agree with Al. I have to agree with Al. The father right there is a complete fucking bitch nigga. Like, there's no way I'm gonna allow you to come up into my home and tell me that you're not taking my daughter seriously as a father. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you know for a fact you better be taking my daughter seriously.
Right. Well, unless she flat out said, this is my friend, or this is my best friend Jay, or something. If she said, this is my man, and I'm under that impression, then yeah, we gotta have a conversation about this, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, man, are you doing some fucking boyfriend-like shit? We gotta talk. You know what I mean?
Ain't happy.
Jay, you gotta meet the parents for the next girl. You gotta meet no more parents.
Yo,
no more parents.
Nah, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I would teach my daughter, and I'm going to teach my daughter, when you get to that point, then you got to make it quite clear what it is. You can't determine that. You can't assume that. I'm not teaching my daughter that. Ask the motherfucking question. What are we? The fuck? Let's make it plain and obvious.
I agree with that, because I've always been one about labels. Like, what you are is what the fuck I say you are. There's nothing more or less. Like, even for a while, Elle and I were together. We didn't get married until 10 years later. And he was like, oh, I'm getting too old. One of his things, he's like, I'm getting too old to be introduced as your boyfriend. That's your business, nigga. Like, that's how I was. Like, I was always like that. I'm not claiming what ain't mine. But some people will. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't that. But some bitches be like, okay, that's my hubby. I don't play that hubby shit. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I never care for the label shit either, but if someone wants to like, it is what it is as far as it.
But labels are important. You know why labels are important, Caesar? Because you're going to end up like that girl Jay was dating. No fucking label. You in a whole relationship by your goddamn self. And he like, I never told you that shit.
No, I'm cool. I like it now, but growing up, I never cared for this shit.
But listen, I met a bitch who make up a whole motherfucking story in her head about shit. Yeah. So she might have just been the type of person who just used her motherfucking imagination. It was like, shit, we in a relationship. Who knows?
Facts.
That's true. There's a mix of emotions. But would you date? Would you say yes if a girl asked you to marry her?
No.
Because there's a lot of that going on.
Depends on the girl.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I'm getting married. Just make sure the ring can fit my pinky finger.
Nah.
I'm not wearing no engagement ring on that finger. It's a pinky.
Yeah.
Okay. Situation, but I probably would in the moment. I think you mentioned this last podcast possibly too, where it's like you don't want to embarrass the person either in front of a bunch of other people. Where it's like, yeah, we'll talk about it after, but I'll probably say yes.
So you just don't want to embarrass her?
I guess traditionally it's always the guy proposing.
Okay, that's important.
I'm not.
I say don't do it, ladies. I say don't do it. I think that there's people out there that like we willing. I just don't believe in forcing people to do what they don't want to do. If the nigga don't want to do it, fire his ass. Is another nigga who will. Like don't lie.
That's not fair. I'm gonna
Fired.
tell you why.
Fired. I like
Again,
that. I
I'm gonna
fire
tell
people
you-
all the time. Fired.
This is what I'm saying. And this is what I'm saying. America is crazy, right? Because we gotta stop. Women gotta stop asking for equality and then still wanting to slide into inequalities. So all I'm saying is this: if we gonna say everything is about strengths and weaknesses, right? What if you dating a guy and he's the type of guy that is just socially awkward? He doesn't know when's the right time to propose. He knows that you guys have talked about marriage and that, you know, y'all both feel mutually about each other, but he's just not the type of guy that pulls the trigger and shit, right? He's probably never would if you wouldn't have pulled the trigger, right? You pull the trigger and he's ecstatic about it. He says yes. It's just not his strength to be the one that pulls the trigger, but he's great at everything else. So I think you got to think about strengths and weaknesses. What are the strengths of the man versus the strengths of the woman and the weaknesses? We have to stop assuming that the man has to be strong at these things and the woman has to be strong at these things, because that's not how the fuck God makes us. You understand what I'm saying?
Now, what if you were going to propose a month from now, but the girl's too impatient, and next weekend she proposes to you instead? That's what I'm saying. Like,
you probably was never going to propose.
I'm gonna propose when the timing is right. I want to make sure the shit's set up correctly. Like, don't pressure me to do it in January when I have it in my head. I'm gonna do it in April. Like, I already have it figured out in my head.
Like, Caesar, you're about to get married. Cause you imagine like you instead of like you're thinking like, okay, I'm gonna propose to her on X or Y the day, you got it all planned out, and then all of a sudden she whip out a ring on you like, would you marry? Would you be like, oh, fix it, you don't fucking give me a check?
I would have to be honestly, I would have to be in the situation and know how I react to it, but
I think in the situation, I like how you said that. Like, you're about to get me in trouble.
You fucked it up. I had a whole plan for you about how I was going to do it, but you couldn't even wait. So, all right, like I'll probably say yes at that moment, I guess. We're going to talk about it after. Like, you fucked it up. I had a good thing planned.
But I think things like that don't go away. I think things like that come up 5 years later when she ain't washed the dishes. Like, see, you have to do everything fucking else, but you ain't do these dishes. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that comes up.
Like, it would have to be drawn like you were impatient enough at that point. Like, going forward, like, just be patient when you really want something. It will eventually happen. Just, you know.
I think patience is great. But I think that you can't have no slow foot either. Like, the fuck.
Yeah. Now, if it's 15 years later, I ain't proposed yet, I could expect her to propose to me at that point. But
hey, 2 years later, they call you a girlfriend yet. They're easy and slow.
So, but it's just like with you and Elle. You said y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all didn't get married till 10 years. So is there a time limit now to where you said you have to propose at least? Is there a time limit where
got married till 10 years later, but he wanted me to claim him as like a hubby or something. He was like, oh, he wasn't comfortable with it. Like, he'd be like, oh, you telling people you my boyfriend? Niggas, you is. He's like, but I'm hubby. At that point, we were even living together, I believe, at that point. But he was like, I should be like, you should announce me as your husband. If it's uncomfortable for you, make the change, my nigga.
I said was saying man friend. I was like, you gotta start saying man friend. I don't be nobody's boy.
Yeah, he was like, you do my man friend or something. I was like, listen, if it's uncomfortable for you, make the change.
All right, guys.
I don't think that people should make things comfortable for a person at the current state, because I think that if I didn't continue to call him my boyfriend, he'd probably still be my boyfriend years later. He got to get uncomfortable to make that change, and that's okay.
All right, Isha. All right, guys. It's been real. I have to go.
I see you got engaged. What's going on in your finger? What's up? You got a promise ring?
Engagements.
She hopped off.
y'all thought at that time, right? Fuck y'all.
Oh, Lord. All right. Where was we at?
It's wrapped up.
Bring it back for us. Sen, we back at you, Sen.
What? That was it. Y'all answered all the questions. Congratulations. Y'all made it through an episode.
Absolutely, man.
Shout out to Marvin. I guess Elle never sent you that link.
No, I sent it to him. He jumped in a couple times, but I guess he said he was at the Lowe's sub, so he didn't want to fuck it
Okay.
up.
Shout out to everybody that called. I'm sorry I couldn't answer.
Yeah.
You supposed to let us know who's calling.
That's what
They gotta
you gotta get them.
They gotta zoom in.
Zone. Yeah. Listen, next time we gotta get you guys the phone number to the Zoom for everybody out there that's watching live on Facebook. We definitely appreciate you guys. We're wrapping up another episode of Just Listen Podcast. Any last remarks, y'all? Anything else y'all want to say about dating, man?
Do you think that Megan made that video with all her toes or some missing?
All her toes. I think that was made months ago.
I was wondering because she kept buried it in the sand and shit, and I was definitely trying to look at the toe the whole fucking video. I was like,
they put too much money in that video. Like that whole Cardi's album is gonna be good overall. Yeah. Everything she's gonna put out from here on is gonna be good because there's too much money behind.
I think Beyonce is supporting them though. I think Beyonce is supporting them. It's definitely a Beyonce-ish video, and Beyonce has endorsed both of them. I feel like it's more Beyonce behind them scenes.
All right.
They just didn't they both sign to Roc Nation now?
So we got the Beehive in here. That's clear. The Beehive's definitely on deck. Meg.
And if you look at the caliber of Beyonce videos into the current video, Megan has not dropped a video this good since she's came into contact with Beyonce. Don't think, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. Meg's been hot.
I guess.
Go ahead, Al. Take us out.
Meg been hot. Anyway, man, we love Cardi, man. Cardi fire. Cardi the queen of hip hop. Anyway. Man, Just Listen Podcast. I mean, who else?
Is she?
Yeah, Cardi the queen, man. I'm not about to entertain nobody else being the queen.
Peace out, y'all. Oh, the next verses. Who y'all got?
Who's in it?
Who's up?
I don't know. That shit been getting dry lately. That whole Rick Ross and 2 Chainz was a dub.
That was
true. I
true.
made a question, and everybody wanted to laugh at my motherfucking suggestion. Because I said, at the end of the day, their styles are similar, especially with their video making. They're like the same rapper, just male and female.
What'd you say?
I said Busta Rhymes versus Missy Elliott.
I like it.
I like it.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I've been saying that one though. I think I said that one before.
I never heard Missy, but I like it.
Yeah,
that's a good versus, and everybody was trying to see. My thing, everybody's sleeping on Missy. I don't think they realized Missy got hits.
Oh, that would be crazy to sleep on Missy.
Yeah.
I think if there was gonna be another epic battle like the DMX and Snoop Dogg, I think that you're definitely onto something when it comes to Busta and Missy. I think we need that.
Nah. See, no. I'm not saying that. No. If you are going to follow a DMX and a Snoop Dogg, you have to go super legendary because you have to go bigger than what they were. So you will end up having
legendary.
How about Nas
versus
LL?
Nas and who?
LL.
You know?
Nah. It's two difference. Nah, not LL.
I'm trying to see who would be good for Nas, and I can't think of too many people that would be a good matchup for Nas.
Yeah, I mean Nas will probably have to battle who he actually battled against.
Jay-Z?
No, Nas would battle a few people. He would have to. Nas would battle some people.
Who? I I think then Little Bow Wow, one of them niggas said that they willing to battle Nas. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Nas with Lil Bow Wow would be terrible. It's got to be somewhere where Nas
Lil
can
Bow Wow
drop.
does not have 20 that he could play.
It's got to be somewhere where Nas could drop his like "I Gave You Power" and stuff like that, and the person's just not dropping like a hit song, where it's just they both are dropping some creative lyrical records.
So
Nas
then
and J. Cole.
now we flip it. Yeah,
J. Cole?
Yeah. Nas and J. Cole.
J. Cole
It won't work. He's too new. It won't work. It would just be generation
He
versus
already
generation.
a legend. He already a legend. He's like the new Nas anyway.
Nas
What's
would
wrong
have
with
to battle.
not. We can do that.
Nas would
He's
have to
still
battle
alive. You're not gonna support?
KRS-One.
KRS?
I like KRS and LL.
No. He called them out. That's not a good battle to me. LL has way too many hits for KRS-One. He's not gonna hit.
LL will win that.
That's
I
easy
don't know,
win for
man.
LL.
I don't know, man. I think KRS. I think y'all sleeping on Chris.
I'm not sleeping on him, but LL, nah.
Cause I think in a versus battle, all of that like pop shit, that poppy shit ain't gonna work. And I think I don't think that shit's gonna work in a versus. I just don't see it.
Bow Wow versus Ja Rule. There we go.
I honestly do not want to see Bow Wow in a verse.
Bow Wow does not have 20.
Yes, he do. You crazy.
he
You can't
doesn't.
say he.
Name 5 Bow Wow records right now. Name 5
Bow
Bow Wow
Wow had
records
a
right
whole
now.
era.
Time out. Name 5 Bow Wow records right now.
Let's see. Is it The Puppy Love? My Name Is. Bounce With It.
I ain't never heard
And
that one.
Like
can't
Mike
remember.
one?
Huh?
Like Mike?
Don't help him.
Yeah, like Mike.
Like You with Sierra.
Yeah, Like You. Like it's he got
You
couple
struggled to
joints.
get that 5. You struggled.
Listen.
Listen.
No, I just don't know.
Yo,
All right, hold on.
on top of it, those songs aren't even that good.
Nah, hold on. You know what it is?
Are you gonna jump out of your seat when you hear those fucking songs?
Nah, not at all.
Yeah,
But
bastards.
nah, I'm not gonna jump out my seat. But I'm not gonna shit on him to say he doesn't have 20 in the clip.
He does not have 20, bro. You gotta understand, there's a big difference between being popular and having iconic records. Just because your shit was popular at the time, it don't mean it was iconic. I say the same thing about Chris Brown, but whatever. Like, it's a big fucking difference, bro.
You're not gonna do that to Chris Breezy.
It's like,
You're not gonna do that to Breezy. Breezy is a fucking hit maker.
there's a
Breezy
big fucking difference, bro. That's why Usher gets him out of here, bro, because Usher shit hits you in your heart, not your fucking hips.
Nah, man.
That's the difference.
Like
You
I said,
gotta
that
hit
would-
your
that would-
heart. If the shit just
That would be a good
bad,
battle.
it's not good music.
That would be a good battle, but I think Chris Breezy still edges him out.
Usher getting that nigga out of here 17-3. You crazy.
Nah.
The only Chris Breezy
Bugging.
song that you gonna fuck
Bugging
with
out.
is Take It Down. That's the only fucking one that hit the heart. The rest of them shits is corny.
Nah.
Well, you buzzing.
Deuces don't hit the heart? Niggas wasn't telling they bitches deuces?
Nigga, when you play Deuces and I'm gonna play Confessions and we gonna see what happens, nigga.
You can't confessions against dudes. That's not a good one. They're not gonna play that against each other.
I got some. Listen, whatever you can play, I got some Usher shit that hit the heart and do the same thing. It's like I'm telling you, what's the joint of Don't Leave Your Girl Around Me?
Yo, Usher is killing this battle.
Usher is murdering this motherfucker.
I looked up.
Oh.
I thought it would be close. Then I'm like, what is Chris Brown's like biggest record that he could fuck with?
Nothing,
No.
nigga.
His two biggest hits, Chris Brown, is Run It and I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss. Those are his two.
Hell no.
Those are his only 2 number 1 hits.
That's it.
That's Chris Brown's only 2 number 1 hits. Usher
Nah.
has 9 number 1 hits.
That's number one, but you can't count just because they didn't hit number one. You can't say that them shits was a fire.
You Remind Me, Nice and Slow.
That's what I'm. Oh my God! You remind me.
You got it bad.
What?
My Boo. Like, he would just go off. Honestly,
those hit the heart, bro. Not just your hips. That's the difference.
I think it would be bad. I think it would be like 15 to 5.
Nah, we got see now we need this battle to happen. Y'all not gonna do that to C Breezy, fam.
Only
not gonna do that.
The real shit will last.
Chris Brown has a lot more actual hit songs in the top 100, but none of those shits are like most of them are not classic.
They're not iconic
compared to actual shit.
Man, yeah, that battle needs to go down.
I hope battle, just so we can see how badly it is. I think it's gonna be 15. 15-5 is me being generous too.
That battle needs to go down right now.
What is he gonna play when he plays You Got It Bad? Like what can he possibly respond with when he plays You Got It Bad?
Nothing.
Oh man, I don't know. I gotta go through his hits. Gotta go through the hits.
You Remind Me. What are you gonna play?
Nothing.
Like, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Usher ain't got hits. Don't get me saying that. I didn't say that part. I didn't say I never bumped Usher. I definitely bumped Usher from the My Way album to the Confessions album. Yes, the shit is dope. But I'm also not gonna sleep on C Breezy, fam.
I'm just looking at their songs, and Chris Brown doesn't have the songs to compete. That's what I'm not discrediting Chris Brown as an overall artist. I think he's great, but it's just not. Usher's at another level. That's it.
It's levels. It's levels to everything. You better go wake Michael Jackson up. You trying to fuck with Usher. I wish R. Kelly wasn't a perv, because if R. Kelly wasn't a perv, I might support that kind of battle. But fuck that nigga. Outside of that, you have a hard time in R&B fucking with Usher.
I still bump R. Kelly. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not a fan of his way of life, but nah. Like I said, to me, he was only guilty for Aaliyah and the other one he peed on. Other than that, if a bitch lied to you about her age and you don't find out until the deed is done, like, what more can you say?
He did more.
Yo, we started out. We about to get into a whole nother conversation on statutory rape that I ain't preparing for.
50 Cent versus T.I. That's all I'm gonna say.
Who?
Going to.
You said 50 Cent and T.I.?
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen. T.I. don't stand a chance.
I don't know. T.I. got hits.
Nah.
I think Get Rich or Die Trying. 50 didn't have too much after that.
That's not gonna be so easy for 50 to get 20, bro. You gotta have 20.
All right, but like I said, I have to ask this question: Are we gonna allow 50? Are we gonna allow G-Unit mixtape 50?
You have to. Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
But when that's not iconic.
50 can't play the Candy Shop and Disco Inferno and stuff like that. That was not.
It's not gonna work. Yeah. It's poppy.
Yeah.
And after Get Rich or Die Trying, he hasn't had too many. He had a few hits, but nothing much after that.
But damn near Get Rich or Die Trying itself is damn near 12 hits on that alone.
He could play a whole album. He could play How to Rob.
But yeah.
Not have 20.
Shit, the Ghetto Quran. The Ghetto Quran is popping.
Don't got 20.
Who don't got 20?
50 ain't got 20.
He got 20. Come on.
50 does not have 20, bro. 50 got a strong. That's what I'm saying. 50 has a strong 10. And those are really strong. But that's it, bro.
50 got, this is a big bitch town.
Yeah.
50 got some shit on the Games album.
That's what I'm saying.
Hate It or Love It.
Okay, he might can pull some of the game shit. He can get some of the game.
He got to pull everybody who is G-Unit. Everybody who's
so he got the 2 joints with the game off the game shit. So now he got a strong 12. But I think even going back to like the mixtape G-Unit shit, those were not iconic in a sense that
like if T.I. plays
that
some
if
shit,
T.I. plays some shit in the verses, people not gonna be more recognizable to the T.I. shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if he played this shit, what's the most iconic fucking shit? I smell pussy. Or the English of the banks. I sit Rottweilers on you fuckers. Even if you play the victim.
Bad News. Ghetto Quran.
Is it that big of a record though? Like, is it that big that
what song?
500,000 people listening to this gonna be like, yo, I remember that shit.
All right, so what song T.I. got that's gonna outdo Many Men?
Again, 50 got a strong 10. You naming some of his top shit. You named his biggest record. You named his best record to me.
What, Many Men?
And to me, that's the best record he got.
That's definitely one of his best.
That's one of his best to people like us. To other people in the club could be his best record.
Well, they don't count because they stupid.
I'm just saying, like when you go,
they still count for something.
Nah, I'm sticking with Southside Jamaica Queens on that one.
I'm just saying that's a good battle.
It's a good battle. It's gonna be good because 50 got a strong 10, and I think 50 got probably 7 that T.I. can't fuck with at all. But then I think as you keep going, T.I. gonna outlast him.
Nah, what dead and gone?
It'd be like the DMX and Snoop Dogg. Yo, C's, what you thought about DMX and Snoop Dogg? Who you thought won that?
You know, I did not go song by song on that, but I thought DMX did a great job on it, and I like DMX more than Snoop Dogg overall. So,
okay,
I feel like Swiss probably had a hand in picking DMX's songs, which but whoever decided DMX's songs did a great job. He still left out some of my favorite songs. Like personally, I think that's one of my favorite songs, The Combo.
Oh yeah,
that's just classic to me. But I guess it's not good for a battle.
They both of them both of them left out.
Right, we going long.
Yeah.
Both of them left out good songs. But as far as the battle went, X definitely took that one.
A lot of you still say Snoop, but I like X.
Nah,
but it's
X.
still 50-50.
So I was saying Snoop, but X took that one.
Shirt right now.
Facts. All right.
X that.
We love y'all, man. Thanks for tuning into the Just Listen podcast. We signing out. Another week down. Love you all. Peace.
All right, peace.
Peace.